You're watching Football Daily, and here's this week's biggest transfer news and headlines. We've asked you guys to keep an eye out for any transfer rumours and to tweet them in. So if you'd like to be involved next week, make sure you follow us on Twitter and hit us up with the hashtag TransferTalk to me at Zach Jellab or the Football Daily account. And if you want to keep up to date with the footballing world and every bit of news going around it, make sure to like and subscribe. Where else better to begin than London, as another Arsenal player is apparently set to leave the Emirates, and no, it's not Sanchez or Ozil. It's none other than Hector Bellerin, as Tuttosport claim Italian giants Juventus are looking for a long-term replacement to Liechtensteiner, whose contract runs out next year and is turning 34 in January. The touring club may have to spend big though, as the Spaniard only signed a new 6-year contract with the Gunners last season, making him one of the club's top earners. So this transfer could be costly. The Daily Mirror have our next story, and we stay with Arsenal, as Mr. Super Sub himself, Olivier Giroud, could also be on his way out of the exit door. This news comes despite Arsene Wenger claiming that he is still keen to keep the Frenchman, and that he will start more games after Christmas. However, the 31-year-old wants more than that. The forward is looking for a loan move away to increase his chances of making the Le Bleu squad for next year's World Cup, with clubs like Everton and Marseille both keen to look into this possibility. To Spain and a certain Welshman now, at the suggestion of Connor Evans on Twitter, as Diario Gol are claiming Gareth Bale has agreed terms with Real Madrid to leave the club next summer. And I know what you're thinking, but just wait, hear us out. Madrid's number 11 is yet again injured, meaning he has now had 14 different injuries whilst at Los Blancos, and has been out for a combined total of 327 days. The club have finally had enough and are now ready to cut their losses. According to the Spanish website, the 28-year-old is being looked at by Manchester United, surprise surprise, and Tottenham Hotspur, with Florentino Perez asking for £80 million. Spurs are allegedly willing to spend just over 50 mil, but not much more, whilst United have no intention of negotiating for 80. According to Pochettino, the winger is still in contact with the club and claimed, "You never know what will happen in football. Poch must be hoping for a Christmas miracle." But what would you do if you were Gareth? Move to United, move to Spurs, stay at Madrid, or go somewhere else? Vote in the poll to let us know. We jump overseas to Paris now, where one Brazilian winger is not happy, and you know what? For once, it's not Neymar. According to Goal.com, Lucas Moura is after a move away from PSG, and by the looks of it, a pay rise too, as he's being linked with Beijing Goan, and it could be happening as soon as next month. The 25-year-old, who is older than the club itself, has spoken with former teammate and Argentine international Lavezzi about life in China, though I wouldn't be taking advice from him. Lucas has previously been linked with Chelsea and Roma. However, with PSG unlikely to accept anything under €50 million, he may have to stay put, though I could think of worse. To Liverpool now, where out-of-favour striker Daniel Sturridge may consider his future at Merseyside and in England, with a possible move in January. According to the Daily Mail, he could be set for a transfer to Spain, with Real Betis and Valencia thought to be interested in the 28-year-old, and the Englishman could be happy with a move away, so that he can try and increase his chances of making the World Cup squad. But the move may all come down to the fee. The paper claim the Reds want £35 million, however Sturridge is only being rated at £18 million by the interested parties. The Telegraph have our next story, and it's a big one, as Chelsea are planning to hijack yet another player, and this time it's Lemar from Monaco. It was no secret that Arsenal and Liverpool were both interested in the Frenchman last summer, with the Premier League clubs eventually failing to convince the winger to join them despite the bids. The Blues are alleged to have a strong and genuine interest in the 22-year-old. However, they will have to break the bank and their transfer record, as he's currently being valued at €80 million. Conte has already expressed his fears with the lack of depth in his squad, and Lemar would be a great acquisition. So expect this to be a battle over who has the biggest wallet in January. Just before we head over to our next transfer story, make sure you check out #FanHour today at 5 PM GMT. We will be answering your questions live for 1 hour. The clue is in the title. We'll speak about everything from football to is Joe really balding? Make sure you're there, as you don't want to miss it. To Manchester now, and how things have gone from bad to worse for Henrikh Mkhitaryan, according to a number of English media outlets after not starting a game since early November. The Daily Star are claiming that the Armenian is going to have crisis talks with Jose Mourinho to discuss his future with the club over the next 7 days, and could be sold in January. The 28-year-old has been linked to a move back to his former club Borussia Dortmund, but would rather stay and battle for his place at Old Trafford. Considering United only paid £30 million for him in the summer of 2016, letting him go may not be their biggest loss. But what do you think they should do? Keep him or sell him this January? Vote in the poll to decide. We jump over to Germany, as yet again Bayern Munich are trying to buy up all of the best talent in the Bundesliga. However, this time, they might not get their way. According to Bild, Sandro Wagner, who has had an impressive first half of the season with Hoffenheim contributing to 10 goals in 17 games, has started talks with Bayern to the boyhood club that he left nearly 10 years ago. The Bavarian's chairman Karl-Heinz Rummenigge has said it was clear Hoffenheim won't shoot low, but higher than we imagined regarding the transfer fee, going on to say we are not ready to pay every prize. And finally, according to Sky Sports, Chelsea are looking into Brazilian midfielder Arthur Melo. The 21-year-old has caught the attention of the Blues and Barcelona after winning the Copa Libertadores with Gremio just last month. He has been likened to Andres Iniesta and Cesc Fabregas, so the connection was clear and was actually pictured in a Barca shirt which his home club were not happy about, saying they won't accept anything under his €50 million buyout clause. So I hope you guys liked that video. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed that, why not check out the video on screen right now? I'm sure it is great. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.